guys, it is March 28th, 2015, so we've almost reached the end of March, and as you can see, it snowed last night. I think we were projected to get about 2¼ inches, but we might have ended up getting 2½ or 3, so it was more than we thought. And then the weather forecast is saying that the snow wouldn't accumulate, but it did. I've told you guys about how I've been having trouble with my tarp tent collapsing in the snow, and thankfully when we set up last night, my friend John helped me make sure that it was tight enough and showed me like how to kind of batten down the hatches with the tent so that it wouldn't sag too much. And it didn't sag all that much, but it was still got a lot of condensation inside from all the snow accumulating on top. And then I woke up at probably 3 or 4 a.m. and had to knock the snow off. There's been a lot of people on the trail this morning, so somebody passes me, just because I'm going kind of slow, which I do anyway, but especially while I'm recording. Let me think. So we're only planning to do 7 miles today. Yesterday we did, I think, 6.5, but it felt like a lot because of the steepness. And we're planning to go into a hotel for the night because the lows tonight are supposed to get down to like 10, and my sleeping bag is 15 degree with a liner, but I just think that's a little too cold for me. Last night was like high teens, 20. It was pretty comfortable wearing all of this, which is like 4 layers on top, 2 on the bottom, I guess, when I was in bed, 3 now. I'm wearing my rain pants, but I just don't want to have to deal with like 10 degree or single digit temperatures. It's a little cold for me. So, even though I'm Midwestern, I like to have that little escape. Then tomorrow, we're hoping to find somebody who will slack pack us to Fontana because we have a reservation at the lodge. So we can chill at the lodge and not have to worry about whatever the whole thing with carrying all our weight and trying to go 14 miles when it's still either snowy or probably slushy, like I imagine it'll be. And it might get icy since all the people are going to be walking on the fresh snow today and kind of pack it down, and then it'll freeze even more. My feet aren't that cold, which is surprising, even though these are not waterproof shoes at all, and I walked through snow all morning. I feel pretty good, so I'm surprised by that. My hands did get really cold because they were holding onto the trekking poles. So I changed and put on my socks, which is what I'm wearing right now, and I'd read was good, and they're working a lot better than my liner gloves are working for this temperature, which is nice, I guess. The only disadvantage is I have to take them off before I can change the song on my phone or change the whatever track of the audiobook I'm listening to. So yeah, I guess that's kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. And let's see what else. Yeah, I don't know. The trail is looking pretty good here, but if there gets to be a rocky part, I'm a little nervous about traversing the rocks with kind of a nice slush on them, make it kind of wet. I've already been having trouble. I don't know if I told you guys about how I fall. I mean, I guess I switched shoes, so possibly these will be better in the rain, but how I fall a lot when it rains with my pack on, and when I'm trying to like climb over a rock. yesterday, after I shut off the camera, I came to a section that had some pretty rough rocks. They were loose. So if you're walking through this section right after the NOC, probably like, I don't know, 4 miles after, you get to a point where there's a lot of loose rocks, so you have to be careful. Otherwise, you might be in trouble with you're falling and twisting your ankle, which is what I was scared of. So I took that section really slow, and was glad I didn't have my camera on for it. I'm glad that I got to see the snow at least once on the trail. I mean, I didn't want to see a snowstorm, like, really bad, but this is just a couple inches. It's not debilitating, and it'll be gone very soon. I'm hoping that in the Smokies, though, the temperatures stay a little higher, because, I mean, once was enough, right? I don't know. I thought about starting later when I was thinking about going. Like, I know people say April starters tend to finish more. There's less dropouts because of bad weather. Like, I guess March there tends to be more rain and obviously more chance for freezing temperatures, which are really hard and potentially expensive. You need to go to a hotel and get a ride and all that stuff. So I thought about it, but I wanted the extra time to kind of take my time, and also, I don't know, I just was excited to start, and the timing worked out for me to start in March. So I'm not sure. I wonder if it snowed further south, like if people who just started the trail in Georgia right now are experiencing this. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm getting a new tent. I think I said that earlier, but we'll see how that holds up in the rain or in the snow. Since it's freestanding, it'll be probably a little better, although, I mean, I was impressed with the tarp tent when it was actually set up correctly, how resistant it was to snow, and then when somebody who was knowing what he was doing was setting it up, how much more, much better it was. Like, it looked sturdier and stuff, because he tightened everything down like you're supposed to. But, oh well. I guess it's live and learn. I feel like I've been spending a lot of time, like, inside. I thought I would only be staying in a hotel like once a week, but it hasn't panned out that way so far. So I might need to work on that a little bit, because I don't want to spend too much down here where it's relatively cheap, when New England's going to be a lot more expensive, right? And I don't want to be somebody who's broke at Katahdin, which I know a lot of people are, but I just don't want to do it. Anyway, I keep meaning to make a trail name video, especially, and also do that review that I said I would do. So I'll do those. Hopefully when I'm in the hotel, it's just hard to find the privacy.